Good morning and welcome to my kitchen. It's time for another episode of Peter Sidwell's Kitchen. Now today I'm going to share with you another recipe from the new book. We are going to make from Bake It Better chapter the most delicious cookies. Look at those. How good do they look? A Milk Bar style cookie. So it's actually flavoured. We make the flour by blending cornflakes and bread flour together to make the most delicious cookie. Milk Bar cookies from our new book, Peter Sidwell's Kitchen. So if you haven't got a copy, get one ordered. They're amazing. 100 recipes taken from the show. Enjoy. So these Milk Bar cookies, there's an amazing bakery over in New York called the Milk Bar, and they kind of make what is perceived as the most amazing cookie. I did some research. I took a real deep dive to find out more about these cookies, and I've kind of reimagined it, re-engineered a recipe so that you can make them at home. Now, they're very nostalgic, and to make them nostalgic, we have a secret ingredient, the cornflake. Bit bizarre, I know, but bear with, as Miranda once said. In with your cornflakes into a food processor, okay? Because they take up so much volume. And then strong bread flour. This is what's going to make your cookie amazing. So bread flour rather than plain flour, okay? Higher protein content. Bear with me, it will be amazing. In with your flour. The reason why I'm putting all of them into the food processor is I want that to be the same texture. I want cornflake flavoured flour. Try saying that 3 times, Carlos. That smells like cornflake. Right, nearly there. One last pulse. Right, now, this has become our flour, okay? So we've blended it all up together, and it's got tiny little pieces of cornflake in it. Now, I don't know, Carlos, whether you would have cornflakes for breakfast in Spain.
Yes.
Would you?
Yeah.
You do surprise me. So, have a smell. Smell that. How nostalgic is that?
Oh, yeah.
It just smells like children's breakfast. It's cornflakes. Okay? So, that is now ready to make. So, we're just going to make our normal cookie dough now. So, with most cookies, you start with salted butter. So, that's going into our bowl. Then I have got 2 types of sugar. I've got some light brown sugar and some caster sugar. Into the bowl we go. Take your time now and cream these together. You want all that sugar to dissolve into the butter and create a really light and fluffy texture. So once you've spent some time, and I mean serious time, do not rush this bit. Really take like 5 minutes to mix those sugars and those butters together. Then we want a room temperature egg, okay? Straight in, and then spend another minute incorporating that. Right, in with a little bit of vanilla as well, just for that real depth of flavour. And now we are almost ready. Okay, so recap time. We've got our room temperature salted butter in there. We've got 2 types of sugar. We've got white and brown. We've got a large room temperature egg in there, and we've got vanilla. And in our food processor, we blended our bread flour and our cornflakes, okay, so get that wonderful nostalgic flavor. Right, all we need to do now is we're gonna take our baking powder just for a little, like a little rise, but not a lot. And then our bicarb will help the cookies spread a little bit, okay? So we got half a teaspoon of baking powder, and then half a teaspoon of bicarb, okay? And that's gone into our flour. Now, the reason why I've added it into the flour is dry into dry. Seems pointless adding these 2 items, the baking powder and the baking soda, into there because it won't distribute evenly. And then your cookies are not going to be as good as they can be. All right? So just sift it through. All these little tips is what is the whole objective of our new book, is to make things better. You know, it's all about recipes that kind of make you feel good, but are just better. You know, how do you make the most amazing cookie, beautiful flourless chocolate cake, not a pot noodle? So my daughter loves a pot noodle. I wanted to make it better. You like that one, didn't you, Carlos?
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, great recipe. All really familiar, but better. I think that's good. In with 70% dark chocolate buttons. Okay. Now, you can use a mixer and keep going. You can use a spoon. It's entirely up to you. So I'm going to start on the slow speed and just start to incorporate the ingredients together. If you whack this on full blast, it'll be a mess. So just nice and slowly. Yeah, no, I've had enough bloopers for my liking. I've just recently been on Channel 5 in the UK for a blooper. If you want to see it, go to my TikTok account and scroll down and you will see a very funny blooper that was on a program, you know, when things go wrong for TV chefs. And every 6 months or so, it comes out on Channel 5 to haunt me, and everyone starts to go, oh, I've just seen you on Channel 5. Even my parents. Right, let's just speed that up to get rid of those. Right, now, let's give those a little tap, get all that mixture out. So yeah, if you fancy a giggle, search it out on my TikTok or my Instagram or my YouTube and it'll make you laugh. Or go to Channel 5 and have a look there. Okay, so I'm just going to mix this together. It totally smells like breakfast because it's good because of the cornflakes. But can you see the texture that we've got there, Carlos?
Yeah.
Yeah? We can squeeze that together. That's because we've got room temperature butter. If it's too cold, it won't amalgamate together. And almost just squeeze it in your hands and get it all mixed together, okay? I love this recipe because you can freeze them. You can freeze them as little individual portions and then just grab as many as you like and bake them. They take about 4 minutes longer when they're frozen, but they cook just as well. Right, just gonna wash my hands and then we'll portion these out. Right, the best way to portion these out, ice cream scoop, all right? It's really, really easy. You could weigh them out if you wanted to, but if you've got an ice cream scoop like this, you're gonna get approximately the same size portion. So if I put that there every time, and like I said earlier, you can freeze these like that, and they will bake beautifully. Just take out what you need, and off you go. These are very popular with my kids. They are out and about today. I was hoping Thomas might have got home in time just to cook these with me, but his friends going fishing in the Lake District, bless him, is a much more appealing prospect than baking with Dad at the moment. So he'll enjoy the fruits of my labour, I'm sure. And there is nothing better, I think, than baking stuff for your family and them tucking in and enjoying it. And our baking chapter in our new book, that's what it's all about, just baking amazing recipes. Baking it better seemed like the appropriate title for the chapter. And it's a wonderful collection of just my favourite bakes. From when I was at George John Britain's Best Bakery with Mitch Turner, I got to see all kinds of recipes from all over the UK, from some incredible bakers. And it all has an effect on you and an influence later on when you go back into your own kitchen and start baking and stuff. So when we decided to do this book, which I think would be almost a year ago, I think we started mulling it over, and now we've got it printed, ready to go. We're going to Cockermouth Food Festival. So on the 28th and 29th of September, Cumbria, the Lake District, has the most amazing food festival in the town of Cockermouth. And I'll be there on the Saturday and the Sunday doing demos. But on the Saturday, I've convinced these two to do a Q&A with me afterwards on how you produce a cookbook like we've done. So we're doing a book launch, we're doing a Q&A, we're doing demos, there'll be tastings. My daughter will be running a little stand where you can get like signed copies of the books if you want. My son will be there on stage with me, I'm sure, because he loves an audience. But hopefully we'll see you there. And if you want more details, go to Taste Cumbria on Facebook, Instagram, have a look at what's going on and come and pay a visit because it's an incredible food festival. Right, there we go, that's it. How many have we got? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 15, 16, 17 portions today. I think the book says 15, so depending, but I've obviously used a certain ice cream scoop today. I'm going to take those 2 off because I'm going to freeze those. But what I like to do is set these in the fridge overnight, okay? Because they chill right down. And when they chill down, they bake really, really well. There is nothing to stop you baking these right now. That's absolutely fine. But I like to at least fridge them overnight, ideally, or for a couple of hours. These cookies have sat in the fridge for a couple of hours and they've firmed up really nice. And what it does is it just slows the cooking process down. And it means that the outside will start to melt, but the center will still be cold. So it makes for a chewier cookie. Now, if you want them really crisp and crunchy, you can put them straight in the oven. But these are going to bake at 170 degrees for about between 9 and 11 minutes. 9 minutes gives us a chewy, soft middle. 11 minutes gives us a more crisp cookie. The decision is yours. Okay, cookies are baked. They smell and look delicious. Look at those. Baked perfectly. Just see how that bicarbonate of soda has caused the cookies to kind of crackle. That's why we put it in there. It gives it a little bit of spread, but not too much. And honestly, when you try these, they are, Carlos, I don't want to share them, but I'm going to. They are so delicious. You have to try these cookies. They are the best. Look, thank you very much for watching. If you want this recipe, it's in our new book. I'm sure you know that by now. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you on the next episode.